Yo, you're back with your girl, Lyric Malia. This is Lyrics Lounge. Right now, I have on the phone a very special guest. I know her as Samantha Ann. She actually wrote a book that's about to drop soon. And I'll let her get into all the particulars because this is about her right now. But the name of the book is Destroyed, and I was honored enough to be able to read a copy of the book, and I am thrilled about the book. Like, I can actually see this book as a movie. So let me get this lady on. Samantha Ann, are you there?
Hi, I'm here. Hello.
Hey. So you're on because you want to talk about your new book that's about to drop, which is Destroyed.
Yes, it is.
And you let me read Destroyed, and I was so excited about it.
Thank you.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
From writer to writer, I am excited for you because this is your first book you've written, right, and published.
Yes, it is. It's my first book ever.
Okay, well tell my audience a little about what Destroyed is about.
So, Destroyed is the first book in a series which we have titled The Chronicles of the Seven Sons. And it's about a 10,000-year-old vampire named Jade whose life is cursed by the fates, which is, there's the Greek gods who tell everybody, like, this is your lifespan, they tell you, like, what's going to happen in your life, and
Right.
they curse him and his brother, and they tell the mother that the older twin is going to destroy the world, and Jade is going to have to save it.
Right.
And his twin brother, whose name is Corbin, he takes this curse to heart, and he starts acting bad because everybody kind of shuns him, and they
Right.
walk away from him.
He's
So
the
what
black
happens
sheep.
is Corbin gets revenge on Jade and his family because they're the ones who really shun him, and he winds up killing Jade's fiance, like a few weeks before they're supposed to get married. And it sends Jade into like this hole inside of him, and all he wants is revenge.
Right.
And so 10,000 years later, in 2014, it's still going on, the battle between the two brothers. And out of nowhere, Jade meets this girl, Avery. And she just moved across the street from his house. And what ends up happening is he has this vision of his brother Corbin killing Avery.
Right.
And now he has a decision. Does he save her? Does he save the world? And he kind of gets caught up in all of it because he loses sight of what his real goal is, because she comes in the middle between the two brothers.
Girl, like the book, it's hard for me to put it down because like I'm reading it from my phone, and it's hard for me to put my phone down. Every time somebody looking at me like you always got your phone in your hand, it's because I'm reading some good books. Like, the book is awesome. I, for one, love the book. And when does it drop?
It drops December 17th, and I published with Amazon, so it'll be available in paperback and Kindle, and also on the Nook for people who have Nook.
Okay, that's awesome. And tell them who, because you're not known as Samantha Ann.
Right. It's going to be under my pen name, Aimee Shaye, which I chose because my first draft had this girl named Shaye. And the original version was supposed to have her as a vampire hunter killing Jade. Then I'm like, that has been so outdated. Everyone has done that. I didn't want to do that. So, Shaye was a little bit of how I wanted to be. She had like this huge self-confidence with her. And I was only in ninth grade when I wrote it, so I didn't have confidence that she had. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to name it. And, I'm going to use the name Shaye because that's what I want to be. So instead of writing her out completely, I just took her name.
Well, I think you got it down now because, it takes a lot of self-confidence to finish a book and to even take it a step further to publish the book for the rest of the world to read. So that's awesome.
It's a hard life.
That's totally awesome. So could you tell audience, like, what started you writing? Like, how did you get inspired to write such a book?
Well, I've been writing since I was little, but it was always like, small little stories here and there. In ninth grade, we were set to write an English press. She had us writing a freelance, and we had to write with words that she gave us for the week. And I just started writing the scene, and I couldn't stop. And I said, you know what? This can be something big one day.
Right.
So I just kept developing it. Whenever we had free write in class or during lunch, when I had nothing to do, I would just sit there and I would write, and this is what came out of it.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, we're about to go back to a song right now, Samantha Ann. Would you like to stay on the line with me? Because I was talking about domestic violence today. That was my topic today. And
Yeah, that sounds fine with me.
okay, so you got time?
Yes, I have plenty of time.
Okay. All right. So, if anybody has anything they would like to ask Samantha Ann or myself, you can just give us a ring, 404-748-1539. We're about to get into some Erykah Badu with Didn't You Know? Leah, this is Lyrics Lounge. I have on the phone line one of my best good friends, Samantha Ann. She has a book that is about to drop, and that's what we're talking about today. Her book is dropping in December. The name of the book is Destroy. Samantha Ann, are you with me?
I'm here. Hello again.
Okay, so we were talking about your book Destroy.
Right.
And I've read some of the book. I'm not finished yet, but I have read most of the book, and it is awesome, might I say.
Thank
But
you.
I want to know, how did you come up with some of these characters for this book? Like, where did you get these people from? Especially Jade. Like, I got a crush on Jade. I'm sorry, but he's kind of hot to be a vampire.
To be honest, I always had Jade in my mind, but it wasn't until senior year of high school where, like, the book took, like, a full swing and went in a totally different direction.
Uh-huh.
And, Jade's personality is kind of modeled after my boyfriend. I know. Big aw moment.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
because
boyfriend.
he has, like, he's hard on the outside, but then on the inside, like, he's so soft, like, once you get to know him.
Right.
That's where my boyfriend was. He was quiet and reserved, but then, like, once I got to know him, like, he just opened up, and it was just, like, this whole other person.
Right.
And I felt that was perfect for a vampire, especially of that age, to be quiet and reserved and stick to himself with his own little demons residing inside of him, And there's this background character, and his name is Dominic.
Uh-huh.
And he's modeled after my friend Dominique. He's like the protector. He's also my editor. And he's like this kind of protector, like that's the way I see him. And Dominic has that about him. Like, he has his younger sister Aimee, who's one of Jade's best friends, the only girl that he gets along with.
Uh-huh.
And Aimee, reminds me a lot of myself. Like, she's like this go-getter, but like at the same time, like, she tries to bring Jade out of this hole that he won't come out of. And Dominic is there, and like he helps. He helps Jade get through whatever he's going through. But
Right.
Aimee and Dominic are very secretive.
Okay.
So there's like this whole other side to that. And the closeness of the guys is like the closeness of my boyfriend's group of friends. Like, she's like 10, it's about 10 of them, and they're so close, and they still talk to this day. And there's like no breaking them apart, no matter how far apart they are. They're always in that group chat every single day. They're all going through all these different things, but they're always able to come together at the end.
Okay.
Just like Jade and his friends are.
Okay, where did you get Corbin though? Because like, he's such a butthole. Like,
Oh, Corbin.
I just want to fight him.
Corbin,
Yes.
my best friend Derek.
Oh, he's an actual person. See, I'm gonna have to get him.
No, he's not, I always had Corbin. He was always there, but he wasn't as big of a character as he should have been. My best friend Derek, he's like, look, you can't just have this one background character. It's nothing to do with anything. If he's Jade's twin brother, he has to have a reason. So I was like, all right, fine, we'll make him the bad guy. And Derek is like, no, you can't do that. You can't make him the bad guy. And I just started laughing hysterically. Because in my head, I had these wheels turning already. I knew exactly what I wanted to do with him. Corbin is my bad guy, but he will have his story.
Right. Okay.
So
So, tell the audience that might be just now tuning in. I'm talking to Samantha Ann. She has a book coming out in December called Destroy, and it is an awesome must-read book. It's definitely a page-turner. At first, I was like, I don't know about this. This is about vampires and stuff. Like, I only look at this in the movies, but I got to read, and I was like, oh, this is a nice surprise. So, just tell the audience that might be just tuning in when is it coming out, and who to look
the book
for.
is coming out on December 17th of this year. It'll be released with Amazon as paperback, on Kindle, and also on the Nook, for those of you who have a Nook. And it's basically just about
Lyrics Lounge. We have on the phone line a good friend of mine named Samantha Ann. She has a book called Destroyed, dropping in December. Samantha, are you with me?
I am. Hello again.
Okay, so just a brief synopsis for everybody that might have missed you. Just give them a brief rundown on when the book is dropping, who they can look for, your social media.
All right, so the book is dropping December 17th of this year. It'll be on Amazon as paperback and on the Kindle, and you can also find it on Nook for those of you who have Nook. And Facebook, you can find me on Facebook and Twitter. My Facebook is obviously facebook.com/AimeeShaye08. You spell Aimee, AIMEESHAYE 08. And Twitter is the same thing. Just search for Aimee Shaye, and you'll see a cover of the book, the I, and then the word destroyed underneath it.
Okay, awesome. Do you have anything up and coming that they should be looking out for?
All right, so hopefully by Valentine's Day, I'm going to be releasing book 1 of an erotica romance that I'm writing.
Okay.
It is called Forbidden Lust, and it's part of the Forbidden series.
Okay.
And later on next year, I will, like around maybe November, December, there'll be 2 more drops. There'll be this book called Mrs. Desirable, We Meet Again, by me and my friend Carrie Stickler.
Okay.
It is also an erotic romance. The woman is in control in this one. And the second book of the Chronicles of the Seven Sons series, which is called 86, and it's Cypher's book.
That sounds awesome, Samantha. So just chit-chat with me, because today's topic was domestic violence.
Right.
And I spoke about it because it hits home for me in more ways than one, personally and with people that I know. So what are your views, and how do you feel about domestic violence? Because it just seems to get worse and worse as the years keep going.
Well, you know, it is a rising issue, and I feel like more and more people are starting to get out of it now because there's so many groups, there's so many people you can go to for help, there's more laws that affect, you know. And it's something that's really big because, these women, they don't know where to go, they don't know what's going to happen, and they need, they need to feel a sense of security. And I have known people who have went through it, it's a difficult situation.
It
and
is.
A lot of people, they say, you can write it out, what stays in the house, stay in the house, you shouldn't bring other people in it. But, if it's something that bad, that is nothing that you should keep to yourself. And if something is going on, say it. Don't wait for it to get so bad that you can't get out of it,
I think I know someone who feels that they can't get out of it. I don't know. It's a blind sense of love, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. And being that they have that blind sense of love, they stay with the shenanigans, and it just doesn't make any sense because it just keeps going over and over and over again, and all the promises stay broken, and it just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
This is where I would step in. I'd be like, this is an ultimatum. If you're going to talk to me about this, I'm going to go to someone for you. If not, then you know what? This is not going to work. Like, I'm not going to sit here and watch you go through this and then have you tell me that there's nothing I can do for you.
Okay, because we'll be quick to call the police. Time I see a hand lifted.
It's difficult. Like, you gotta let her know. You gotta give her that ultimatum. Like, look, dude, you can't keep doing this to yourself because one day what's gonna happen if you end up dead? Then what's gonna happen with your family? You know what I mean?
Well,
it's not good.
I hate to say it like this, but I'm starting to get like everybody else. It's like, okay, she just keeps running into this brick wall. She must love this brick wall that she keeps running into. And I've done the tough love. Because I can be hard. I can be. People have called me mean. I must admit I can be that. So I've done the tough love. I've done the sisterly love. I've done the love. I've cried. Like, please stop it. Just get out. Can't save yourself.
Right.
Samantha, we got someone on the phone line. If you just hold one moment.
All right.
New radio. This is Lyric Malia.
Hello?
Who am I speaking with?
Hello?
Hey, who is this?
Hey, who is this?
This is Lyric Malia. Who is this?
I had a missed call from this number this morning.
I'm not sure. You're on the radio, live and direct, though. This is new radio.
Oh, wow, damn. My
Yeah.
bad.
You okay?
I must have the wrong number then.
Huh?
I must have the wrong number.
That's okay.
All right, thank you.
No problem. Okay, Samantha. Back to what we were discussing. So, yeah, I've done everything with this chick, and it just doesn't seem to register. And I can understand some people be like, "Oh my God, well, I didn't have a father figure growing up, yada, kid." I know that's not the case with this chick, and she never had an absence of her father figure there. He was always
Right.
there. So it's like, I don't get it. I don't get where you would come into play with, like, why you just keep letting him beat on you. Why you keep just letting him belittle you. Like, she's beautiful. She's a gorgeous woman. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't make any sense. She's very sweet and kind, and she's so soft spoken. And it's like, I don't get why you would just let somebody just do you like that.
You know what it is? It's like, I learned in my psychology classes that you gotta have the self-love first. But if you're so insecure about something and this is all that you know,
Right.
it's difficult to walk away because you don't know anything else.
Right.
You know?
That's what I was saying earlier, because I was that same girl. Believe it or not. Like, when people find that out about me, they like, you ain't just let nobody just beat up on you. Yeah, I did, because at that time I didn't have the mental capacity that I have now to know that, okay, this is wrong for him to be just beating up on me. And at one time, it was a false sense of hope, of love, that I thought it was. It's like, well, he just want to keep me on track, so yeah, he loved me. No, he didn't love me.
And you know that now, and look at where you are. You've got a radio show and you're doing your thing, and
Right.
he doesn't matter anymore. He's in the past and become so much stronger.
Exactly, but I didn't get this far just by it. Like you said earlier, it's some self-love that you got to dig into in order to reach into yourself, to know that, yes, I am beautiful, I am a prize, I am somebody, I'm worth more than what I'm given. And
Exactly.
from here on out, I'm not going to just take any old thing. If you come to me, you have to come to me correct. You got to respect me all around the board, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, especially spiritually. Because if you can't get down with the fact that I'm with God, then I don't even need you in my life, because you got issues that you need to stem out for yourself.
Right.
But didn't you say you were getting into a book that you were writing about?
Yes. Okay, so I'm writing this human sex trafficking novel. And I've been working on it for a few years now, but, the research behind it, things, laws change, so there's a lot of, legal research.
Let me
needs to be
stop
done,
you.
like
Let me stop you real fast, and let me catch this line, okay?
Okay.
New radio. This is Lyric.
Hello?
Hello, new radio. This is Lyric.
Hi.
Hi. Who am I speaking with?
Carrie Stickler.
Hello, Carrie. How are you?
I'm good.
Are you writing
Hello?
a book with Samantha?
Yes,
Didn't I
I'm
hear
calling to
that?
ask Samantha a question.
Okay. Let me see how I'm gonna figure this one out.
What's that?
I said, hold on. Let me. Well, what's the question you would want her to?
I wanted to ask her what her biggest obstacle was when it comes to writing.
Her biggest obstacle when it comes to writing. Hold on. Okay, I'll ask her that for you. How about that?
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.
Bye. Samantha,
Yes.
we got to pause on the domestic violence talk real quick. One of your friends called and said, what was your biggest obstacle in writing the book that you had? The Destroy.
All right, so the biggest obstacle for me writing the book is the perfection. I am such a perfectionist, and
You're
every
an
time I
artist.
would
We all are.
reread, I would always look for plot holes, and I'm like, no, this doesn't make sense, or this doesn't make sense. So at one time I had to rewrite like 3 chapters because nothing made sense or it didn't flow properly. So that's definitely the biggest obstacle, is knowing where to put things and how to say things in a way that you're not just telling the audience, but you're showing the audience as well.
That's my issue with writing. To figure out, like, writing poetry and writing a book, two totally different things. You don't, I mean, with poetry you can do it any kind of way you want to do it, but with a book you have to actually put the reader into the book so they can get the visual. That's how, like, that's why I was like, I could see Destroyed as a movie. Like, I seen Jared, like I seen Jared Leto and Channing Tatum in this movie. Like, that's how visual it was for me. So I could definitely understand that from an artist's point of view.
It's difficult, but you know what, I did it, and that's what matters. Like, I'm here today and it's finished, and now we're on to book 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
So, I've learned.
Okay. Well, cool. We're going to get back with what we were talking about. You were writing a book about human sex trafficking.
Right.
Okay.
And, I started writing it a few years ago, and I finished the first draft of it without all the legal stuff, like the importance of the dialogue, the scenes where it shows where she is and then her husband looking for her. And now I have to do a legal part. And my friend Carrie, actually, her dad, who recently passed, so may he rest in peace, he loved it. And this is a dedication to him, and it's something I've got to finish because it's something he said the world needed to know.
It does. So, I mean, it is. And I mean, it hits home closer than what we think it does. When you hear of human sex trafficking, you think about some over the seas type of stuff, people selling girls overseas for the sex, whatever. It actually happens here at home a lot more than what we think. I mean, and it's right here in our cities, in the country. It doesn't matter. It's right here, up underneath our noses, and we be just ignoring a lot of what's going on. So that's crazy. But it's almost time for us to go, Samantha Ann.
Oh, it has so much fun being here. Thank you.
It was so much fun interviewing you today, and I'm so excited for you and your book drop in December. If you could give the audience the information one more time so they'll know in case they missed it earlier.
All right, so like I said, it's releasing December 17th, and you can find it on Amazon on paperback and Kindle and on the Nook. And again, you can find me on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/Aimee Shaye08. Aimee is spelled Aimee. Shaye is spelled Shaye, and again, 08. And the same thing on Twitter.
Awesome. Well, I would like to thank you so much for joining us. And I would like to have you back again for more things when they come out, like especially when it get closer to the book. I would like you to come back after the book drops. I would like you to come back because I want to know how you feel once you get that book drop.
Yes,
and once you get those sales going. So I definitely would love to have you back. I would like to thank the audience out there for joining Lyrics Lounge with me, Lyric Malia, and I hope to have you back again Thursday from 12 to 2 Eastern Standard Time, of course. And we're about to get back into some music. This last song I'm gonna play is Aimee Says by Mos Def. So you guys have an awesome day today, and as you finish up work or whatever you're doing, enjoying Lyrics Lounge again, okay? And Samantha, thank you again so much for joining me on today. It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.